The best NFL player from every American state. So there's probably been during the history of the NFL, thousands and thousands of players, like probably approaching 10,000 players. And, certain states I would imagine are going to have like a higher representation, like a state like California, because it's so big and like densely populated, is probably going to have a ton of players to pick from. Whereas a state like, I don't know, Maine or, like another really, really small state like that, like Rhode Island, probably won't have that many players that have made it into the NFL. So it's going to be fun. Where's Tom Brady from? What state was he born in?
The NFL sees talent come from all over the United States, looking to make a name for themselves in a league where the best of the best compete daily. Sure, the state of Texas produces the most NFL players, with 211 active players currently in the league, while 25 former active players are from the state of Maine. Well, here at TPS, we're going to go a little deeper and explore the best NFL players from all 50 states in the USA.
Let's go. I was convinced that it would be California that had the most NFL players. But I suppose population-wise, Texas isn't far behind. What's the population of Texas versus California?
So, without further ado, let's get right into it.
Let's go.
Alabama, Terrell Owens. Owens was a menace at wide receiver during his heyday in the NFL. He made 6 Pro Bowls, has 15,934 receiving yards, and scored 153 touchdowns, and played his heart out in Super Bowl 39 despite the Eagles losing to the Patriots. Oh, and of course, Owens is forever enshrined in Canton. Alaska, Mark Schlereth. Not many football players have come out of the last frontier, but Schlereth was a standout offensive guard who earned 2 Pro Bowl nods, was a 3-time Super Bowl champion, and is enshrined in the Denver Broncos Hall of Fame.
I mean, three rings? That's impressive. Not a lot of players have 3 rings.
Arizona, Darren Woodson. Woodson came out of the desert and spent his whole career with the Dallas Cowboys, helping them win 3 Super Bowls in the 1990s. He became a 5-time Pro Bowler and is enshrined in the Cowboys Ring of Honor. However, the league really needs to get Woodson enshrined in Canton for everything that he's accomplished on the field. Arkansas, Don Hutson. Hutson was arguably the NFL's first superstar wide receiver, or end as they called the position back in the 30s. Hutson was a 4-time Pro Bowler, a 3-time NFL champion with the Packers, and is currently enshrined in Canton. California, Tom Brady.
Yeah, I suspected as much. California seemed about right for Tom Brady. Yeah. I mean, is he the greatest NFL player of all time, Tom Brady? I mean, in terms of achievements, he's probably up there. Like, who has more rings than Tom Brady? Montana? Does he have more?
I mean, who else was it gonna be? 7 Super Bowl championships, 15 Pro Bowls, and countless other accomplishments with the New England Patriots and Tampa Bay Buccaneers. All that's left is watching the day TB12 gets enshrined into Canton. Colorado? Calais Campbell. Campbell has been one of the most talented defensive ends to play in the NFL. He made 6 Pro Bowls, won the 2019 Walter Payton Man of the Year award.
Wow, he was sweating there. Was it hot in there? Didn't have any air conditioning?
And is a 2-time second-team All-Pro. When Campbell's football career is finished, Canton will likely await him. Connecticut, Dwight Freeney. Freeney spent 15 years in the NFL, where he made 7 Pro Bowls, helped the Colts win Super Bowl 41, and was the NFL's sack leader in 2004. Freeney is also enshrined in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Delaware, Brian O'Neill. O'Neill has made 2 Pro Bowls and is a very reliable offensive tackle for the Minnesota Vikings. We can't wait to see what else O'Neill does in the NFL. Florida, Deion Sanders. Arguably the greatest quarterback to ever play in the NFL, Sanders made 8 Pro Bowls, won 2 Super Bowls with the 49ers and Cowboys, led the league in kick returns in 1992, and was the Defensive Player of the Year in 1994. Oh, and of course, Sanders is enshrined in Canton.
Yeah, Deion Sanders, I mean, like, the clips I've seen of him, off the field particularly, he seems like a really funny guy as well. Great sense of humor, great personality. I think he's a coach of a college team at the moment, isn't he?
Georgia, Calvin Johnson. Johnson is one of the best wide receivers to suit up for an NFL game. He made 6 Pro Bowls, holds the most consecutive 100-yard games with 8 of them, and holds the record for most receiving yards in a season with 1,964. All of those accolades got Johnson a well-deserved spot in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Hawaii, Max Unger. Unger protected and helped start the offensive drives for 2 incredible quarterbacks in Russell Wilson and Drew Brees. Unger also made 3 Pro Bowls, helped the Seahawks win Super Bowl 48, and is a first-team All-Pro. Idaho, Larry Wilson. Wilson spent his entire professional career with the Cardinals from their days in St. Louis, where he made 8 Pro Bowls, was the 1966 Defensive Player of the Year, and led the league in interceptions that same year. Wilson was also a coach, general manager, and VP for the Redbirds, even after they moved to Arizona. Wilson is...
I mean, how rare must it be to like spend your career at your whole career at one team, and then you go up the hierarchy there, like through various positions? I don't think many players have probably done that, have they?
Also enshrined in Canton, Illinois, Dick Butkus, arguably the greatest linebacker of all time. Butkus revolutionized the position with his fierce play. Butkus was an 8-time Pro Bowler, a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year winner, and was enshrined in Canton for all that he accomplished with the Bears. Indiana.
Man, do you think he got teased because of that name? Like, I don't even want to say it because I don't want to flag anything. Dick Buck. Am I just being childish? I'm being childish here. Okay, I'm sorry, guys.
Todd Woodson. Woodson's playing career spanned from 1987 until 2003, where he was named the 1993 Defensive Player of the Year, helped the Ravens win Super Bowl 35, made 11 Pro Bowls, led the league in interceptions twice, and holds the record for most career interceptions returned for touchdowns with 12. Woodson is also enshrined in Canton for his accomplishments. Iowa, Kurt Warner. Warner is the definition of an underdog. From getting passed on by the Packers to stocking shelves at a grocery store to getting another chance at the Rams by carving his own Hall of Fame career with them, this man was the heart and soul of the greatest show on turf. Kansas, Barry Sanders. Arguably the greatest running back of his era, Sanders made the Pro Bowl in all of the seasons that he played in the league. Sanders was the 1997...
Look how dense his lower body is, man. Like, I remember watching a video about Barry Sanders and of his like highlights a few years ago, and he was like a truck. Like, he was so hard to stop.
NFL MVP along with Brett Favre, and led the league in rushing yards 4 times in his Hall of Fame career. Kentucky, Paul Hornung. Hornung was an instrumental part of the 1960s Packers dynasty, helping the team win 4 NFL championships, the first Super Bowl against the Chiefs, made 2 Pro Bowls, and is enshrined in Canton. Louisiana, Ed Reed. Reed had an immaculate career as a strong safety for the Ravens. There, he helped the team win Super Bowl 47, was named the 2004 NFL Defensive Player of the Year, led the league in interceptions 3 times, and made 9 Pro Bowls. Reed is also enshrined in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Maine, Chet Bulger. Bulger played in a different era of the NFL during the 1940s. He did help the Cardinals win the 1947 NFL Championship, played in 86 games, and started 59 of them. Maryland.
Can you imagine what football must have been like in the 40s? Like, you know, without any of the safety regulations and, you know, the padding and the cameras. Can you imagine the stuff they were getting away with? Like, without any sort of replays of just like the gouging and the biting and all. It must have been like legit warfare out there.
Cameron Wake. Wake's career path is an interesting one. He originally signed with the Giants as an undrafted free agent in 2005, but didn't make the final roster. Wake took his talents north of the border and played with the BC Lions for 2 seasons, then made a name for himself as a fierce defensive end for the Miami Dolphins with 5 Pro Bowl nods and 100.5 sacks. Massachusetts, Howie Long. Long made his impact with the Raiders during the team's time in Oakland and Los Angeles. Long helped the Silver and Black win Super Bowl 18 against Washington, made 8 Pro Bowls, had 84 career sacks, and was named to the 1980s All-Decade Team. Long is enshrined in the Pro Football Hall of Fame for all that he accomplished as a Raider. Michigan, Jerome Bettis. Nicknamed the Bus, Bettis became a game changer for the Steelers in the late 1990s and
he's a unit, man. This guy looks like he's at least 300 pounds. At least.
2000s. Bettis made 6 Pro Bowls, was named the 1996 Comeback Player of the Year, and finished his career in style, helping the Steelers win Super Bowl 40 in his home city of Detroit before getting enshrined in Canton. Minnesota, Larry Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald helped propel the Cardinals from longtime losers to relevant contender with his strong work ethic, physical gifts, and speed. Fitzgerald made 11 Pro Bowls, helped the Redbirds reach Super Bowl 43, and was a 2-time NFL receptions leader and receiving touchdowns leader. Sooner than later, I think Fitzgerald will be enshrined in Canton for all that he accomplished. Mississippi, Jerry Rice. Arguably the NFL's best receiver, Rice brought a strong work ethic and unwavering commitment to excellence with the 49ers, Raiders, and Seahawks. Rice made 13 Pro Bowls, won 3 Super Bowls with the 49ers, has 1,549 career receptions, and 22,895 receiving yards. Rice is enshrined in Canton for all that he accomplished as an elite pass catcher. Missouri.
Where does Rice rank in terms of greatest NFL players? Not wide receivers, just players in general. Would he be top five? Like my limited knowledge of the NFL, I would imagine the way people talk about him, he's got to be top five, surely. He's got to be top five, right?
Cal Hubbard. Hubbard is regarded as one of the greatest tackles to play in the NFL in the early years of the league. He won 4 NFL championships with the Giants and Packers, was a 4-time first-team All-Pro, played in 105 games, and started 77 of them, and is the only football player enshrined in Canton and the Baseball Hall of Fame as an MLB umpire.
No
Montana,
way.
Pat Donovan. Donovan played his entire NFL career with the Dallas Cowboys, where he made 4 Pro Bowls, helped the Cowboys win Super Bowl VII, and played in 129 games and started in 103 of them. Nebraska, Mick Tingelhoff. Tingelhoff is one of the greatest Minnesota Vikings of all time. He holds the record of most consecutive starts for an offensive lineman with 240, made 6 Pro Bowls, helped the Vikings reach 4 Super Bowls.
Wow, 240 consecutive starts. He was durable. Like considering all the punishment, that they take, like 240 games in a row to start. Yeah, he was like made of steel.
But they lost all of them, and, of course, is enshrined in Canton for everything that he did for his team. Nevada, Ronnie Stanley. Stanley has been a reliable offensive tackle for the Ravens. Starting in 104 games, he's made 2 Pro Bowls so far and was named the Polynesian Player of the Year. A very strong start to his career. We can't wait to see what else Stanley accomplishes in the NFL. New Hampshire, Kendall Rays. Rays made a name for himself with the Chargers, Washington, and the Chiefs for 5 seasons. Rays had 146 tackles, 14.5 sacks, 8 pass deflections, and an interception during his time in the NFL. New Jersey, Franco Harris. Harris is best remembered for the immaculate reception in the 1972 AFC Divisional Round of the playoffs, and for playing a big role in the Steelers dynasty of the 70s. Harris won 4 Super Bowls, made 9 Pro Bowls, and is enshrined in Canton for all of his accomplishments in the league. New Mexico, Brian Urlacher. Urlacher made the Bears formidable in the 2000s with his unique size, speed, and intelligence as a linebacker. Urlacher was the 2005 NFL Defensive Player of the Year, helped the Bears appear in Super Bowl 41, made 8 Pro Bowls, and is enshrined in Canton. New York, Rob Gronkowski.
Gronkowski. Okay. I wonder, LT, where's I'm expecting him to feature in this video. Where's LT from? What state is LT from? Although Gronkowski is an amazing player, to be fair.
One of the greatest tight ends to ever play in the NFL, Gronkowski made the Patriots offense extremely fun again. His personality, incredible catching abilities, and, of course, the 4 Super Bowl wins with the Pats and Buccaneers made Gronk an unbelievably fun player to watch. Gronk also made 5 Pro Bowls, holds the record for most receiving touchdowns as a tight end with 17, and the most total touchdowns in a season by a tight end with 18. North Carolina, Julius Peppers. Peppers had a very successful career with the Panthers, Bears, and Packers, with 9 Pro Bowl nods, 3 first-team All-Pros, and is forever enshrined in Canton as a result of his incredible talents. North Dakota, Pete Retzlaff.
How many players get inducted into the Hall of Fame every year? Like how many, is it really hard? Like what's the threshold? Is it based on like a voting system where there's like a committee, or how does it work?
Named Pistol Pete and the Baron, Retzlaff helped the Eagles win the 1960 NFL Championship. In addition, he was a 5-time Pro Bowler, scored 47 touchdowns, and is enshrined in the Eagles Hall of Fame. Ohio, Charles Woodson. Woodson was extremely dominant at the quarterback position during his heyday with the Raiders and Packers. He helped the Packers win Super Bowl 45, made 9 Pro Bowls, and was the 2009 NFL Defensive Player of the Year. As well, he led the league with interceptions in 2009 and 2011, and is enshrined in Canton. Oklahoma, Jim Thorpe. Jim Thorpe isn't just one of the greatest football players to ever live, he was one of the greatest athletes to ever live. And unsurprisingly, his supreme athleticism earned him a spot in Canton. Oregon, Dave Wilcox. Wilcox may not have played in a Super Bowl, but he made 7 Pro Bowls, had 36.5 sacks, and is enshrined in the 49ers Hall of Fame and the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Pennsylvania, Aaron Donald. Donald is considered one of the best defensive players of all time.
Didn't he retire? I feel like he's retired, isn't he? Couldn't he still be playing? Like, is it injury that made him retire early?
Winning 3 NFL Defensive Player of the Year awards, he helped the Rams win Super Bowl 56, made 10 Pro Bowls, and had 111 sacks, and will absolutely be a lock for Canton. Rhode Island, Steve Furness. Furness played in 106 games in the NFL and was a part of the Steelers dynasty that won 4 Super Bowls in the 1970s. South Carolina, DeAndre Hopkins. Hopkins is one of the most electrifying wide receivers in recent history. His speed and ability to catch critical passes made him an offensive threat. Hopkins has made 5 Pro Bowls and scored 83 touchdowns so far. South Dakota, Adam Vinatieri. Vinatieri is arguably the best kicker of all time. He made 2 crucial kicks for the Patriots in Super Bowl 36 and 38 and helped the Patriots and Colts win Super Bowl 39 and 41 respectively. He's also made 3 Pro Bowls and currently holds the record for most consecutive field goals made with a grand total of 44.
I mean, surely we're going to see Bo Jackson and Lawrence Taylor in this video, aren't we? I would have thought most people consider those 2 like top 10 players of all time. No? Like, especially Bo Jackson, or am I a bit off?
Tennessee, Reggie White. The late Reggie White was a fierce and competitive defensive end who caused havoc among opposing offenses during his time at the Eagles, Packers, and Panthers. White helped the Packers win Super Bowl 31, made 13 Pro Bowls, and was a 2-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year. And of course, he is now forever enshrined in Canton. Texas, Joe Green. Mean Joe Green,
I've heard of this guy.
Was a key anchor to the Steel Curtain defense in the 1970s thanks to his combination of strength and speed. Green helped the Steelers win 4 Super Bowls, made 10 Pro Bowls, and was a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, as well as the 1979 NFL Man of the Year, and of course is enshrined in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Utah, Steve Young. Arguably one of the greatest left-handed quarterbacks, Young helped the 49ers capture 3 Super Bowls, made 7 Pro Bowls, and was a 2-time NFL MVP, and is enshrined in Canton. Vermont, Steve Wisniewski. Nicknamed the Wiz, Wisniewski was a very reliable offensive guard for the Raiders during his time in Los Angeles and their ultimate return to Oakland. The Wiz made 8 Pro Bowls and started in all 206 games that he played. Hopefully, Wisniewski gets enshrined in Canton for all that he's accomplished with the Raiders. Virginia, Lawrence Taylor.
All right, finally we see LT. Surely we're going to see Bo Jackson as well. Unless Bo Jackson is from like maybe California, and I suppose you got to have Tom Brady, haven't you?
Often regarded as one of the greatest defensive players of all time, Taylor helped the Giants win 2 Super Bowls, was a 3-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year, won the 1986 NFL MVP, was the NFL sacks leader in 1986, made 10 Pro Bowls, and also had 142 sacks. And of course, he is enshrined in Canton. Washington, Cooper Kupp. Kupp was one of the NFL's most talented slot receivers. He helped the Rams win Super Bowl 56, made a Pro Bowl, was named the 2021 NFL Offensive Player of the Year, and has the most receptions in a single postseason with 33. Kupp is an amazing player, and we can't wait to see what else he accomplishes. West Virginia, Randy Moss. Regarded as the best wide receiver of all time, Moss was electrifying with the Vikings, Raiders, Patriots, and 49ers. Moss made 6 Pro Bowls, was the 2007 NFL Comeback Player of the Year, led the league in receiving yards 5 times, holds the record for most receiving touchdowns in a season with 23, and is enshrined in Canton.
Did Randy Moss not win a Super Bowl? What? No way.
Wisconsin, J.J. Watt. Arguably one of the best defensive linemen of all time. Watt helped put the Texans on the map with his 5 Pro Bowl nods, 3 NFL Defensive Player of the Year awards, 114.5 sacks, and is a lock for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Wyoming, Boyd Dowler. Dowler made a significant role with the Packers dynasty in the 1960s, helping the team win 5 NFL championships, the first 2 Super Bowls, scoring 40 touchdowns in his career, and is forever enshrined in the Packers Hall of Fame. But hey, who do you think is the best player to come out of your state? Do you agree with our list? What do you think we got right here? What do you think we got?
So I'm guessing Bo Jackson surely must be from like either where LT was from, or maybe where Tom Brady was from, or maybe where Mean Joe Green. It has to be one of those guys, because I thought Bo Jackson was considered like one of the best running backs of all time. Or was he not in the league long enough to achieve that legacy? But yeah, fun list. Really, really enjoyed this video. I'm still picking my NFL team. I'm still not quite sure who to go for. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.